Hey everybody, my name is Bethany and I'm starting a cooking channel on YouTube, and I'm actually going to start out today. This is something I had to do anyways. I have a church meal tomorrow night. It's actually for the youth of our church, and I'm supposed to make a dessert for it. So I've actually never tried this recipe, so I guess we can try it out together. I know that's not really a good idea to take something that you've never tried before to a place where you're going to be serving it to people. But I have a feeling it's going to be good. It sounds really good. A lot of times you can just kind of look at a recipe and pick out if you're going to like it or not. Let me go ahead and tell you, if you hear toys in the background or a little fella, I'm actually going to introduce you to him right now. I have a 9-month-old, as of yesterday, named Cullen Taylor Brownstead. Say hey. Can you wave at the camera? Look. Cullen. Can you wave at the camera? Back to the recipe. Like I said, 1 package of your regular size golden Oreos, which I've already went ahead and food processed them up. I mean, you can do them manually by hand, but it's definitely easier to do that. Also, something I already did ahead of time was sliced up strawberries and added a little bit of just regular sugar. The recipe actually does not call for that, but I personally like to have a little bit of extra sugar in my strawberries. It actually creates a nice little syrup, sweet syrup. And that's pretty much what I've prepped, except for also melted butter, which I left in the microwave. Here is my melted butter. First thing we're going to do, and actually I was supposed to go ahead and tell you what everything was. Okay. Also, we have packages of your like vanilla instant pudding and white chocolate. I like to mix these two together. I personally think these are great. And the recipe actually calls for cheesecake instant pudding, but I prefer vanilla and white chocolate. And actually, I did not tell you what the name of the recipe is. The name of the recipe is Strawberry Cheesecake Lush. It's just something I found on Pinterest that looked really good. Also, we need an 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese. 1 package of like Cool Whip or whipped topping, whatever you want to get. And that was, the melted butter was 6 tablespoons of melted butter. Also, we needed 1 cup of powdered sugar or icing sugar, whatever you call it. And 3 cups of milk, 3.5 cups of milk. Let me check my recipe. I think it said 3 cups of milk. Yes, 3 cups of milk. And then your strawberries was 3.5 cups of sliced strawberries. I think that's all of our ingredients. So we'll go ahead and start out and put our cookie crumbs in a 9x13 baking dish, and add your 6 tablespoons of melted butter. I just like to usually go ahead and put my hands in it because you're going to have to end up doing it anyways. I thought while I was doing this I would kind of make this an introduction video also, just to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a mom, and a stay-at-home mom, but I also work part-time from home. So I actually work a couple of part-time jobs as a bookkeeper and also as a dispatcher for a trucking company. Okay, so pretty much you just press your cookies down in the even layer. And if you've never had, I know it sounds really funny, but if you've never had Oreos in butter, you're missing out. I'm telling you. It sounds like it would not taste good, but it's delicious. I mean, I haven't really tried the golden Oreos, but the regular chocolate Oreos, amazing in butter. So once you get that pressed down in a pretty even layer, first, what you really want to do is go ahead and put it in the fridge to chill while you do your other layer. The reason that I started this cooking channel is because I love to bake and to cook anything really that has to do with the kitchen. Okay, next thing that we're doing is we're taking our cream cheese, which is 8 ounces of cream cheese, and our powdered sugar, and beat that up together. Alright, once you get this mixed up, you'll want to add 1 cup of your Cool Whip. Really, I love when we add Cool Whip to like a cream cheese dish or a pudding even. It makes it a lot lighter and really good to me. I love it. Yeah. What is it? And I like to go ahead and scrape my bowl. I know that a lot of people probably already know this, but it's good to scrape your bowl down while you're mixing your ingredients. Gets them all incorporated better. What's wrong? It's okay. Are you scared? It's okay. You don't have to be scared of it. And usually I like to go ahead and beat up my other ingredients before I add Cool Whip, because the less you can beat your Cool Whip, the better. I think that if you beat it too long, it'll start breaking down and won't be quite as airy. And I realize that this is not going to be like a professional cooking show, of course. You've already figured that out. But, I mean, it can be relatable. Most people, this is what they deal with, either kids or your house. You know, cooking is not like a glam job. I love cooking, but it is what it is. And you're going to have issues, you're going to have problems, distractions, and that's probably what's going to be happening on this cooking show. It's okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this beater off because we're going to be using it in a minute. So you're going to go ahead and get your Oreo crust out of the fridge. And this is a little bit thicker, so it's not going to be like probably that easy to spread on. So what I would suggest is glop it out in different patches. It'll be a lot easier to spread on than if you put it all in one place. Go ahead and spread this on in a nice even layer, the best you can. Does not have to be perfect. By the way, I live in North Carolina, so I'm from the South. And I mentioned that I'm taking this to a church function for our youth service. And actually I go to I don't know if, probably a lot of people have not heard of this, but I go to a holiness church. So I don't know if you've ever heard of that or not, but okay. So we've got that spread out in a nice even layer. It's actually a pretty thin layer, so it won't be too thick, just so you know. And then pop that back in the fridge. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put our pudding packs in here. And like I said, I got the white chocolate and the vanilla, the small packs, not the large packs. And then we'll add our 3 cups of milk. I know that I'm doing, well, let me go ahead and mix this first. So as you are mixing your pudding, it should start to thicken up after, I don't know, a couple of minutes. And after that thickens up, you can just add your 1 cup of Cool Whip again and just mix that in. And I will go ahead and add the 1 cup of Cool Whip now, because it's starting to thicken up a little bit. Okay. Let's see. See, it's already thickening up, and I'm going to go ahead and mix my Cool Whip in. Hey baby. Hey baby. Hold on. Alright, once your Cool Whip is good and mixed in, you can go ahead and scrape down your bowl and pull your pan out of the fridge and go ahead and add this layer. Alright, here is our 9x13 pan. Let's go ahead and put you over here. Here, put you in your walker. Come on now. I know you're not feeling too good. Alright, and we'll go ahead and add that layer. This one is a little bit not as thick, so you can just kind of make sure I got that good and mixed up down there. Sometimes it's easy to miss some. Yeah, I hear you over there. Okay. We've got that in, and that's the last one. I'm going to eat this bowl anymore, so we're going to set that off to the side. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spread this in a layer, even layer, over top of our second layer. And next step is to add strawberries. And like I said, the recipe I've actually changed up this recipe a little bit. Actually, I find that's the best recipes that I make is changing up a basic recipe that I found and adding my own twist to it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add my strawberries, which I added a little sugar to. You really don't have to, but I find that I like my strawberries sugared. I don't like that noise. Alright, we went ahead and added our strawberries. You can go ahead and even them out if they're not quite in the perfect layer. Alright, that's pretty good right there. And our next and final layer is just our final layer. The rest of the Cool Whip that you had after using 2 cups, you go ahead and spread that on top. Yeah, I hear you. And that is the last layer, and I have a feeling this is going to be delicious. I'll have to let you know in my next video how it turned out, because I definitely can't cut into it right now. Alright. Now, and well, this is the last step to this recipe, but we have the really fun part left, and that's cleanup. So, be glad you don't have to do that. And I'm actually planning, my plan is to do some cooking videos next, which actually I'm planning to use Hello Fresh Meals, which is the home delivery service. So I actually get those meals 3 times a week. So I'm planning to cook some of those for y'all. I'm definitely not sponsored by anybody. Anything that I use is just myself. Like, I'm doing this for my own fun. I'm not making any money off of this or being sponsored by anybody. There we go. And I'm going to... So this is our finished product. This is the strawberry cheesecake Lush. And I just want to thank everybody so much for watching this video. It's my first one, and I just wanted to use it for an introduction video and also for a recipe that I was doing. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch it.